Morning, bro. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How you been? It's been a while. Average me, ups, downs, you know. Yeah, yeah. Hey, we're in a different period for sure. While the planets were realigning, I felt like I had some favor, but the way they are now, ah, start to mess with you again. How's the meds holding up? Yeah, yeah. I wrote for about 10 minutes before I started the stream. I was only up this early trying to chase my whoosh, but I won't say the word since we're live. But incompetence is real. Wiped you out last week. Yeah. Yeah. No benefit. Dang. All that sickness you had, you took the meds and still nothing? Ah, damn. Wow. That seems crazy that it takes so long to kick in. That's weird. Ah, Yeah, that's a lot. That's a whole long wait. Both of those waits are kind of insane to me. I can't imagine taking a week's meds and then somebody tells me it'll take some time to kick in. I'm like, fuck you. Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. Hopefully you got it. Hopefully we got you by then. That's the goal. We got to get you doing some consistent things so we can establish a routine for this issue. Get some consistency or whatever in there. Get that bike, the eating. I always tell people as soon as they give a fuck about what they put in their body is the day they stop getting sick all the time. Yeah, man. Energy is all about that system, man. Because, like, look at it this way, dude. Like, all right, your body runs on a certain few things, right? And we'll do the non-medical version or like the non-real technical version. Your body runs off water, nutrient, proteins, essential nutrients, acids, proteins, amino acids. All of these things get into your body using your mouth, right? If you put something in there that doesn't belong, what has happened, right? Like, just because it can doesn't mean it should, right? Like, you can take that same analogy and compare it to a car, right? You got your oil that goes in the engine, keep it lubed, which would be like similar to your blood. And then you have your gas, which is your primary energy. Imagine if you went in your car and pissed in your tank. And it was like, oh, I wonder why my performance shit all the time. Like, you don't do that. But it's perfectly okay for the human mind to be like, let's pack a bunch of shit in and say it tastes like gold. You know? It sucks because that's life. But the moment you're like, dude, I've had enough. Enough is enough. That life changes, bro. Hell yeah. I look at that same thing with the oil, right? Oil being blood. The oil too thick, you got what? High blood pressure. Right? You know what I mean? You got too high oil pressure, too high oil temps. Same thing with the blood. Too high temps, you know what I mean? Too high pressure. Your body's like, bro, what the fuck? I can't deal with this. But unlike a car where you can take it to a mechanic to flush it, you could take your body to a herbalist and flush it. The only thing is, you just have to believe in that, which most people don't nowadays. Anyway, into that TED Talk. It actually does, if I'm being honest with you. I mean, but this is a key, but you have to believe in the technology. You have to believe in the methodology. But there are absolutely things that you can put into your mouth that is not harmful to you, but is harmful to the things that are in your system that are causing harm, so then you can flush it like a mechanic. It ain't gonna be fun at all, but at least you'll be healthy. If you ever check out my Instagram repost from a guy called Akin, if you ever look at him, he's like not only doing this stuff, but he was the first guy that I'm familiar that has studies behind his work. I'm trying to get to that point because I care as much as him. Maybe one day I'll hit him up if I get big enough. But yeah, I wouldn't mind having that guy sponsor my team. Oh no, that's not, no. At least take 3 days to flush a system. Imagine how fucked you would be if you did it in 2 hours. That's basically a blood transfusion at that point. You can do it. I don't know if you want to or can afford it though. Or want to afford it, honestly. Wow, that's gotta be expensive. But again, there's no such thing as a stomach transfusion that I'm aware of. They can pump it for you though, and that'll take 2 hours. That pain is probably insane. I mean, I don't know, dude. That seems like utter pain to get your stomach pumped and body transfused. You would be on painkillers for like 2 days, 3 days. And I would honestly bet that you would still be in pain. That's funny to imagine that, dude. It's like the easy button for health. If somebody figures that out, they'll be a quadrillionaire. Think BBLs are trendy? Let me eat what I want and pump it out. It's going to be way more trendy. Hell yeah. That's way better. There is a benefit of putting the bike on the trainer, for sure. Oh my God. Oh, hell yeah. Big Pharma would do more than bump them off. They would murder them. Big Pharma, ruthless. Only thing worse than Big Pharma is big growth industry. And what I mean by that is farming. They're probably the only thing more crooked than Big Pharma. But if you're being honest, they're probably, they're the same thing. Same people, ownership, same type. Both sides of the same coin. But again, it goes to my point. These corporations want you to put bullshit in your body and then sell it to you like it was gold, But why? Because it makes, the more that the food industry can convince you to keep putting shit in the body, is the easier it is to get you to go back to the doctor so that you need medicine to get the shit out that you put in. It's like every time, it's like, imagine if you left your car sitting, right? And you pulled it back out, dumped some new gas on the old gas and was like, hey, is this gonna work? Like, it may start. It's gonna run like shit until the old gas is gone. And then you still got residual sludge, build up, new tank probably. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Honestly, I made a video on breathing last night, or the other night. And then I made a video last night on like biking and racing on my YouTube. I'm probably gonna make one on eating. I'm probably gonna go on a huge topic on that. That way, when I talk about it on stream, I can just play my video and kind of just give background more than trying to give a concept while biking and streaming. But I also, for the last 2 weeks, as I've been MIA on the bike, what I've realized is that I want to start putting out content. That's how I'm going to start growing the channel. Like, what I'm doing now is fun. I actually enjoy it, but like, there's no more growth for me here. Like, I mean, I have to change some things up. Let's put it that way. There's no more growth unless I make some, necessary changes. So I've already started making the content for my other channels, and I've been sending you the links. We made a few last night, and but I had a hard day yesterday. Like, wake up late, go to work, go straight from work to school, and from school home to do more work, more the stuff, and then after that stuff, do my own stuff, and then I went to bed at like 1. I tried to get up for my whoosh today, and yet again they won't let me in the race. So I was like, all right, I'll just stay up early and ride, go to work, come home, and maybe this will be the first day in months I also go to bed at 1. And then I gotta go to the bike shop again to deal with my bike. So at first they didn't let me in for whatever excuse I never was given. But because I missed the first 2 races, they said, fuck you for the last 7, for the last 5. So today's race 7, and I was like, are you ever gonna let me in even though my name is on the fucking participation list? I'm a participant, but you won't fucking let me in the race? When I get the audience for that, we're gonna have some choice words. I have a problem with that, dude. They won't say. The emails are worthless. The whole experience with them is worthless. So. And it's kind of hard to not look at it like it's intentional, you know? Like, I try and keep my mind right, but it's really hard to be like, coincidence. Like, oh, you're signed up. We'll send you you're signed up. We'll send you your register. And when you go to join, we'll pretend like we can't figure out why you can't get in. Why we didn't push you in the pen. I don't see your name. Then what the fuck is it on the list? See, here we go. 400 lists, my whoosh championships, right? So you in the top corner, you press the number. You see we're still on it. So I'll scroll until I find my name. Somebody help me understand, if I didn't register, why is my name right fucking there? Help me understand why my name is there if I didn't register. Go do it again, move it to the top just in case it's hard. And then, just to show you, hold on, piece of shit. Oh, you have to hit the shitty button. Great programming, guys. All right, look, championships, participants, you saw. And you just scroll up. Somehow, I'm not on the list. I don't see your registration. Fuck you guys, bro. It's okay. We'll have something to say about them when I get the right audience. Thanks for the resubscribe, Nikita. I didn't realize it was already time. Guess it's been a while. I feel like we just did that like a week ago. Crazy. Oh yeah, that feels better. So Nick, there's something you missed, bro. Uh-oh. My bike. You see there's a different bike on? I got my cross bike on here right now because my gravel bike is in the shop still. Since they didn't take it apart, they didn't realize the bottom bracket in the Trek bike that I have is integrated, and it's like plastic ceramic or whatever. I don't know the material. They don't, or carbon. I don't know. Whatever the shit is, it's integrated, which means the bottom bracket I bought not compatible. So I had the choice to put back in what they just hammered out of the bike with a bad bearing that we now know there was a bad bearing in my cranks. So I was like, you know what? Keep the bike. We'll order the new parts. I'll put my cross bike on. My dumb ass forgot the pedals, so I gotta go pick up the power pedals today. And but right now I have this cross bike, and dude, I probably should not have made that decision, because now I knew I hated that bike, but this joint feels so smooth. Now I want to put a new bike on here. Hell yeah, I'm loving it, dude. It feels so good. The position is... Ooh. I do feel like my arms are in a new position, which is true and obvious, but so that's you know, I'm feeling that. But other than that, you see the handlebars are back to normal length or width, not that dumbass broke arm bar. Now my strength is back, or you know, as close as I've gotten it so far, but the strength is good enough. The hands are strong enough again to hold the weight. So I feel powerful like this. I even considered racing, but then I was like, dude, I've taken the last 2 days off. And then Saturday, I rode outside because my bike was in the shop still. And I didn't put a bike on here yet. but I didn't want to. I didn't know how it would fit. I didn't want to mess it up, but it fits fine. And one thing I know though, one thing's for sure, two things for certain. Sorry. This bottom bracket is better. I bought a Dub bottom bracket on this bike because I built this bike from scratch. I bought the frame and the parts and picked the exact parts that I wanted. And so I was trying to put a similar bottom bracket on, and then I wanted to go down to 165 from 172. So I realized that on my cross bikes, both Crux's cross bikes are 170s. So I was like, oh snap, I'm already smaller on my cross bikes. Let's take one more jump down. I ordered it, parts arrived, waited a week, got there, wrong one. So now I'm about to call them today or probably just ride over and be like, bro, throw that frame in the trash, bro, and let me buy a new frame. I'm genuinely about to go say, throw that shit in the trash and let me buy a new frame and just build a new bike with the old parts, semi-old parts. And then I have a Crux Zwift bike. Then I have 3. I'm actually gonna ask him one more question. I might actually ask for aluminum road frame and then put that on here. I'm gonna ask the dimension differences between the Crux and between one of their road bike frames. Maybe a climbing frame or something. I don't fucking know. I don't know. But I am considering a frame that's these dimensions. I do not like that fucking tread. And then after they pissed me off with breaking my frame and not caring, does it feel smoother on the trainer or the same? This shit feels smooth both, but honestly the road feels smoother on this bike still. I think it's not the drivetrain. I know it's not, because dude, I took off the pedal. It's so smooth that with only one pedal, the other crank arm fell to the bottom. That's how fucking smooth it is on its own. It's butter. But like, yeah, like it's smooth. But I feel like on here, there's just always so much resistance that it's still smooth. It's just like, you can feel the difference in pull. Like you can feel a trainer pull now more versus road pull. Like the way the road pulls on you is different. Especially I remember now, since all my training miles are Zwift, and then I went out on the road and I was like, oh my God, I feel so weird. But again, I had left my power pedals with him, so I didn't have any way to measure power for that ride. But if you see that ride I did around the streets of my house, where you don't have power numbers, but my time numbers, ooh. To be honest though, I wasn't on this bike, I was on my other one though. Nearly identical. The bottom bracket on that one is Durace? No. Race Face. And this one is I don't know who makes this one, guys. I don't know who makes it. That's insane. Yo, this one's a Dub. Okay, so my other one is made by Race Face. I don't know if that's Dub on the other side. I can't tell from where I am. But yeah, I will admit though, I have the Dub on this bike, but also this bike has been ridden more than my other one. The other one is smoother. This one I still have hanging up and ready to go in case I want to ride outside. The position is what I love more. Big boy. So, Nick, as I've been gone, like, I haven't been on live, but I've still been working just as hard, probably harder. That's honestly why I haven't got on the bike, because I've been doing so much other stuff that I just have zero energy or time left for the rest. So, like, by the time I could get on the bike, it's like 8:39, and my body is set up that if I work out before I go to bed, it's not happening. I'm not going to bed. I'm already not going to bed until like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. anyway. And then getting up at 6 or 7. Well, okay, 7 or 8, let's be honest, 7 or 8. That's already a lack of sleep, especially when my watch is like, bro, after today, you need 9 hours. And I'm like, how about 6? How about 5.5, bro? Yeah. So I've been working so hard that sleep and bike has been suffering. And at this point, until I have some like life changes, it's probably gonna stay that way for the foreseeable future. Like I need to I don't know, dude, I gotta get more things in place. This ain't, I don't know, dude. Yeah. I feel you. Yeah, I feel you. So yeah, anyway, I'm after all of that, I dove into the rabbit hole way too much. Anyway, after why I haven't been riding, I have been getting things done. So I launched more channel, and I got a better, bigger vision for this one, where it's not just biking and random laughs and trying to talk about nothings. Like I just realized I'm not a talker about nothing. And I know that people get mad at me when I tell them like stuff that they should be doing to fix themselves. But at the time, I also got to separate the fact that it's me and I'm going to talk about what I'm doing from the fact that people don't want to hear what they don't want to hear. So I just figured, so I've been trying to think of new ways to talk about topics where I'm not sitting here quiet because I don't want to speak, but where also I still want to talk about these topics that I'm interested in. And it's like, I kind of think of it like dating or whatever. Like I can either hide and be somebody else and then never experience any real growth and try and pretend to be funny or pretend to ramble like Rick, you know what I mean? Like, or I can be me and talk about topics that I believe in, that I research, that I enacted in my life, that I saw changes and implemented those changes. So with that being said, like I decided to spend some time and journey figuring out how to speak on these topics. And I think I arrived at like I'm at right now what I would call like the hypothesis. Like I have what I think is the answer, but until I try it, you know? So I'm entering the experimental stream phase where we were talking about the stuff you put in your body. And normally I would have been like, no, I'm not gonna tell Nick. Nick can do whatever the fuck you want. But I'm just like, why not talk about the stuff? Even if you say, fuck me, I'm gonna do what I want. I don't care. But at least I did what I care about, which is put the truth into the air. You know what I mean? Like put the knowledge for people to absorb. And if they say no, then no, fine. But I still should talk. And that prevents a boring stream of me just being quiet or waiting for other people to come talk to me. So now I've been focused on having stuff to talk about. But at this point, I'm having to develop my scripts and stuff by myself. So I think I'm gonna write I think I'm gonna write a bot or some code and make the code do it for me. Yeah, for sure. So I'm working on a transition. Sorry if I annoy you with my opinions, but I'm working on a way to like talk without making it feel personal, you know? It's not personal for me to talk about it, because for me, I did the same thing. I mean, for years, I went through my issues. You know, my issues surfaced different than other people's did, but I would beg that nobody's felt the pain of a migraine like I have before. Stuff like that. What's up, Shelly? Yeah, and you know, that was because of eating. I had massive hydration problems. You know, like nutrient deficient, and I was still an athlete. So you say, no, I wasn't. I was fine. But at the end of the day, fine. If I was fine, then why every time I started a race and I put that power down like this, my legs felt like I had a worm in them eating away at my muscles. It like felt like there's no power to be had. Like my legs were like, dude, what are you talking about? And then I started putting the right nutrients in my body. Oh, okay, boom. Another day in the park. You know, until you run out. For now. So, I don't know. Yeah, so with that being said, like, until, with all of those concepts, all those things that I went through, from not eating right to now eating better, it's life changing, dude. People say it's expensive, but so is insurance. So it's co-pays, days off work, not sleeping, sick, in pain, you know? All those things are money and time too. How about never worrying about you're sick now? Being like, nah, I don't eat that. And everybody's like, oh, I got the itis, I got a shit. You're like, oh, good for you. I'll be having fun still while you're doing that. Talk about more hours in the day. If I can only sleep 5-6 hours and still perform all those things I talked about without falling asleep at work, without requiring an energy drink. You know what I mean? Like, I don't ever drink energy drinks and nearly never drink coffee unless it's a shot of espresso. Drink my chai, tastes like coffee. And drink my oat milk, tastes like milk. But really it's water. Yeah. Yeah, man. Dude, you would be surprised. It's all because of your eating. And I don't mean to be mean, but your world is going to be shocked when you realize all of those problems is because of what you're putting in your mouth. Because one thing I'm not lacking, energy, inspiration, and motivation. Actually, people are now saying your stomach is your first brain. You know what I mean? Like, your brain is a brain. It does processing and whatnot. But your stomach is making more decisions on when you eat than your brain did. Like, your body didn't say, your mind didn't say, I think I'm hungry. Your stomach said, hey, I want some more. And what a lot of people don't realize is since they refuse to eat right, they have, you know, worms and parasites in their body. So when you're craving something that's not good for you, it's actually the parasite that wants it. And before your body even absorbs it, the parasite's going to eat it and then put waste in your body. And the waste is what you're going to digest. So then you wonder why you're sick. You're digesting the waste of the things that are living in your body from eating things that have worms in them, like pork, etc. So, dude. So anyway, apart from that, let's get off that part of the topic. Let's talk about a new part. How I figured it out. So, I wanted to get into hydroponic growing. Hydroponic aquaponics. And for those who don't know, hydroponics and aquaponics is growing plant-based things with water only. Water and nutrient in the water. And then fish as nutrient in your water. So basically what you do is you make a water loop that has container at the top with plants, and right up under it you have a water tank. The water falls through it like a waterfall. You pump it back to the top. The water in the biome gets to take all of the nutrient, put plant waste back in the water, the fish, or it breaks down in the water, and then it recycles, aka a loop, right? But what you realize is as the plants eat, that the pH of the water changes, so you either have to change the water or you have to rebalance the pH. And what I learned was, in that system, if you have water, cool, you put in water, empty water, yay. I drank water, same thing with your body, I drank water. You put in empty water, yay. You did so much for your body. All you did was fill up the tank so it didn't get out of water. But there was nothing in the water. So what happens when you put nothing in water with plants? Easy, they die. And people are like, why can't I keep plants together? Obviously you can't keep plants because you can't keep yourself. Like, you have no concept of nutrient, water, cycles, right? Because your plants work the same way. That's why our main food source is plants. So in that biome, like, what would happen was the water would lose its nutrients because the plants ate it all. So then the plants would die. So what do? You go to the store, you buy nutrient water, and you dump it in the water. You're like, holy shit. If that's how you keep your plants and your fish alive, and my body works off of pH and water, just like the plants and just like the fish, then maybe my stomach works the same fucking way. So I was like, let's try it. So I changed up a few things, started putting different water in, water with some nutrient. Hence, actual protein for more minerals. And I have other stuff upstairs, but okay. So now we have water with something in it. Now I'm feeling like, oh God, I got energy, So I was like, now that I'm on a journey, or now that I have something here, let's keep it going. Like, what else can I put in that makes everything good? I'm like, bro, I'm put in this, I'm gonna put in that. And I just really went back to my plants and thought, okay, what are the vitamins that the world says are needed, right? What are those vitamins really? They're minerals. We call them vitamins, but they're minerals actually, right? So you're just like, okay, I put these things in that my body needs to energize, and now all of a sudden, I got energy for days, My legs no longer feel like something's in them telling me to stop, The only thing telling me to stop now is my heart and mind. The VO2 and that mind said I can't take no more. But the legs aren't saying it now. So the stomach is fine, I don't diet. So anyway, with all that being said, yeah, man, when I really learned about the water system in your stomach and how it works just like an aquaponic, hydroponic system, and all you need to do is put in the water, and the more nutrient you put in the water, the faster the plant grows. You're like, oh shit, wow, life is an ecosystem. It does have a point if we actually give a fuck about the point. But the more we say, ah, fuck it. The more your body is like, well, weak, tired, unmotivated, you know? It's like, dude, I can't produce anything because everything you keep putting in is 2 days stuck past that shit that I can't get out. Well, believe me, I'll digest that medicine the moment that I'm done. You know, things like that. So anyway, I noticed that after all of that, I lived it for, you know, some years, 2 years or whatever at the time. Then I noticed every time I would go to the doctor, my systems were so, like, I'll just say efficient, right? They were so efficient. Every time I go get medicine, like when I went to go get my surgery, I was already living that life. And they put the anesthesia in me and they were like, hey, yeah, you'll be up before sundown. We'll have you gone to like 7, 8. It'll be fine. Mind you, I got there like 6 a.m. I started the surgery at like something like 8 or 9 a.m. I didn't wake up till midnight. And they were like, sorry, we gave you too much. You like really took that. And I was like, yeah, I look bigger than I am for one. I mean, this camera doesn't prove it, but I look bigger than I am. And then, like, just the way my body absorbs it, it's like little blockage. So like, bro, I was out. And then also, what I realized, watermelon, like, people make jokes about watermelon, like, oh, this and that. But one of the great things about it is it has dense amounts of nutrients in it. Tons. It's like the best water you can put in your body next to like coconut water. It's literally a human's water fountain. That, cucumbers, any of the melon family. So if you ever need to hydrate and you're like, dude, this water isn't doing it for me, go grab any melon. You'll be fine. So after the surgery, the only thing I did to get the medicine out of my system was eat watermelon. It didn't make my stomach hurt. And it was able to go down and stay down. Where most people are like, hey, you gotta throw up a lot after that, after anesthesia. It takes a while to get it out of your system. But I just use watermelon. That's okay, because there's so many more. You know, cucumbers is also a melon, by the way. So treat it like a watermelon, cut the skin off. Crush them joints, bro, juice them. You don't even have to diet, bro, that's what I'm saying, people. Don't fucking diet. Diet is stupid. Just fucking eat better. Put that shit in that you like, and you keep putting the shit in you like. The shit you don't like, your body's gonna be like, hold on, wait, no thank you. No, thank you. And then a few years of that, somebody's like, hey, you want this? And you're like, nah, I'm good. I'm okay. I was like, oh, it's so good. To you it is, because your body's still full of shit. I eat it and my stomach's like, bro, what? Anyway, TED Talks, don't forget. I'm actually about to close it down. It's just me and you talking. We can get on Discord and chat. Let's see what we got. Hey, Nick, are you at work today? Or are you home? Oh, nice. Are you able to get on Discord? Hell yeah. All right. If you don't talk a lot, that's fine. Hey guys, I'm dropping the stream. It's only me and Nick anyway. We'll see y'all on the next stream. Hope y'all enjoyed the knowledge for the VOD. We'll edit everything up anyway. So until next time, peace.